started with some social studies we didn't do yet. It shouldn't take us too long, but you're going to want your notes out from yesterday that you took. Your notes you took and you were finishing on your own. We're going to look at that last section, and then we're going to review quick for the quiz you're going to have tomorrow, and that'll be it for social studies today.
Wow. Are we doing any assignments? So, like, we're just reviewing?
Yep. Okay.
Which one is it?
Chapter 3, Lesson 2 I need out. Chapter 3, Lesson 2.
Notebooks?
Yes, notebooks. And you were looking at a new view of the world, and you were reading about Ferdinand Magellan. What can you tell me about Ferdinand Magellan? Yes. Chapter 3, Lesson 2. Ferdinand Magellan. What did he do that was so important? Why is he in our book? Kenny?
He confirmed that Amerigo Vespucci didn't find Asia.
Okay. He confirmed that he found a new land, right? What else did he do? One other thing he did that nobody else had done. John?
It's either one of these ones, or that he found a route to Asia, or he had seen the same sea as Balboa and named it Pacific.
Okay. I think you're looking at the wrong person though. So Ferdinand Magellan definitely proved that Vespucci was right. Okay, and then you had a section there that said Magellan's Long Voyage. That's where I'm looking at next. So Magellan named it the Pacific, right? I think we were talking about that yesterday, where somebody had found it. Who was the person we talked about yesterday? Oh, Balboa found it. Magellan named it. What else did he do? One other thing.
Can I look at it better on this?
Well, it should be in your notes or, yeah, on the PDF if you didn't write it down. Under Long Voyage. What's it say about that long voyage? I'm going to read that paragraph. You're going to listen, see what you come up with. Magellan thought he could cross the Pacific in a few days. It took more than 3 months. Many sailors died of hunger and illness. Magellan himself was killed in a battle in the Philippine Islands. I'm on page 124. 500 miles off the coast of southern Asia, southeastern Asia. One ship finally made it back to Spain in 1522. Its sailors were the first Europeans to travel around the world. What did those first sailors do, and who was their leader? Jackson? Right? Ferdinand Magellan was their leader, right? Those sailors started with him. What did they accomplish? What did they do? They were the first ones to do what? Sean?
Travel. They're the first Europeans to travel around the world.
Right, they were the first ones to travel around the world. So even though Ferdinand Magellan wasn't still with them, he set out to accomplish something, and his sailors, in the end, finished that for him. Okay? So those are some things you should have for that last section. I have here some questions that may or may not be on the quiz. Wink, wink.
Oh, yeah.
So what I would do, get my notes out. It's from chapter 1 or chapter 3, lessons 1 and 2. I'd get a highlighter, a pen, or something. So your notebook, okay? I'm going to read through these questions and see what ones you can answer. And as I'm going through them, I would highlight information in my notebook, just like we do like study guides. Okay?
I gotta get my highlighter.
I'll give you a second to get ready. Notes, highlighter. Riker?
Are we allowed to use our notebook?
Nope.
So we really
You're highlighting, so you need to study. Okay? Need to review tonight, have somebody quiz you. Try looking at them again in the morning. All right. Masks are on. First one. Who did King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella pay for his voyage to Asia? Who was that? Landon?
Christopher Columbus.
Christopher Columbus. So in your notes, I would highlight Christopher Columbus Make notes if you need to. Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand paid for his voyage to Asia. Highlight it or write it down. And that might have been lesson 1, chapter 3, lesson 1. If you don't have it, write it down.
Queen Elizabeth.
It might be in your VPP. Okay, so you gotta check both places. King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. You're highlighting some of the information I'm reading through, yep. Okay. King Henry VII paid for this explorer's voyage to claim land for England. I'll move this a little closer, make sure they can hear me. Yep, I'll read it again. King Henry VII paid for this explorer's voyage to claim land for England. It's like a tongue twister. Maya? Yep, John Cabot. They called him, that's what they called him, was John Cabot. King Henry VII paid for his voyage.
Oh, okay.
Got it written down, Josh?
Yeah.
All right, highlight it. Makes it easier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Last time I didn't do this.
I feel like it's still morning. I'm really.
Kind of, isn't it?
Miss Wong,
Yes.
didn't King Henry send John Cabot for land and wealth?
Land and wealth, yeah.
Yeah.
For England, yep.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I put for land.
Map maker Martin, and I cannot pronounce his name, Waldseemüller, published a new map with America being named after this sailor. Ooh. Remember, we talked a lot about America being named after this sailor. Sean, who was it? Amerigo Vespucci, yep.
Yeah,
Amerigo Vespucci. So find him in your notes, highlight that America was named after him. What's up, Landon?
I pressed on the PDF, it loads for like...
Well, you shouldn't need the PDF right now. You got your notes, right?
No, it's just scrolled you through, it loads for a second, then it just kicks me out.
Oh, but you should have this in your notes. So I would just be worrying about my notes right now, not the book. Okay?
What was it named after?
Amerigo Vespucci.
So we got
Ooh, too many at one time. Josh?
we got America from America.
Well, he was the one that it was named after because he was the one that first landed in America. Not necessarily here in the United States, but
Well, yeah.
okay. All right. So we talked about Christopher Columbus. You want to know about him? John Cabot, Amerigo Vespucci, and there's one more. Ready? In 1522, his expedition completes a voyage around the world. Just talked about him. Who was it, Josh? No, not Balboa. Balboa was the one that found the Pacific Ocean. This guy named the Pacific Ocean, confirmed Vespucci's did not find Asia and found new land. And then he completes the voyage around the world. Emmy, who is it? Who is it, John?
McClellan.
Right, Ferdinand Magellan. So you have 4 people you need to know about for tomorrow's quiz. Christopher Columbus, John Cabot,
How do you spell Magellan?
Amerigo Vespucci, try your best, and Ferdinand Magellan. Maya, question?
Didn't we do chapter 1 lesson? No, chapter 3 lesson 1 on Friday?
We trying to think. Did we do them Friday and finish them Monday?
No, we did
Because we just started chapter.
I don't have them, and I wasn't here Friday.
Then we could have been. It could have been Friday. So you might have to copy from somebody. That's okay to do.
Yeah, she's gonna let me take a picture of hers.
Perfect. That's good. Okay. Yeah, if you're absent for whatever reason, you can always copy somebody's or grab a picture of them to get them in your notebook. Okay. All right. So we're gonna shift gears here. I got some more questions. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Europeans were wanting to sail to blank for its riches. Where were they trying to go? Sean?
Asia.
Asia, exactly.
I gotta find that.
Europeans wanted to go to Asia. That would have definitely probably been lesson 1, Brendan. That would have probably definitely been lesson 1.
Well, some of these are answers on the test.
Yes, they are. And you can always, remember, what happens to this video when I'm done with it?
It's gonna stay open.
It'll be on Schoology, so you can always go back and watch this video and review again, okay?
I'm just gonna study.
Or you can study your notes. Quizzes tomorrow. Next, fill in the blank here. New technology, such as blank, helped sailors on their voyages. New technology such as, I'm gonna get a lot of answers here. Nick, go ahead. Maps. Sean? Compass and astrolabes. Yep. Kenny? The chronometer. Good. Landon?
Ships.
Yes, ships. They were improving ships. Good. All of those be correct.
Wait, what is it again?
Put down 3.
Sure. New technologies such as all those things that were mentioned help sailors on their voyages. So new technology for voyages.
Where is that?
Okay. I think that was in lesson 1.
Wait, it's in lesson 1?
I believe so. I believe that was where we learned about the School of Navigation being opened, and he was improving things. No, that's chapter 1. Chapter 3, lesson 1. Col- Chapter 3, lesson 1. The astrolabes were in lesson 1. Columbus called the people he met Indians because he believed he was in the blank. Where did he think he was? Landon?
Bahamas?
No. Ioana?
Italy?
No.
I know.
Starts with an I, though. She's close, Riker.
India.
In the Indies. In the Indies. So he called them Indians.
Wait.
That would have been lesson 1. Christopher Columbus was in lesson 1 for us. Okay.
Wait, so he called the Vikings Indian?
Yeah, Vikings were much.
Well, the Vikings were 500 years before him, remember? Which we need to fix in your notes. I think on that sheet I printed out, it said 100 years. It should say 500 years. Okay.
So a sentence could be Christopher Columbus called
Are
the
you talking-
Vikings.
Not the Vikings. He called the people of that he met Indians because he thought he was in the Indies.
Who were the people?
Okay.
Who were the native people?
Native people. Native Americans.
This one?
Yes, that one.
Yeah, it only said 100.
Yeah, and it should say 500.
Where did the Vikings come from?
Europe. I thought they said that they were the first people from Europe, and they called them Vikings.
Wasn't one of the places Bahamas though? I remember.
It was mentioned in our book somewhere. Yes, you're not making that up. You were correct.
I knew one of them was.
Yep. All right. Blank was one of the first Europeans to settle in America. What was his name? Ooh, we didn't. It wasn't one of the other 4 we've already talked about. Ioana? They would have been here, but they're looking for an explorer that settled in America. One of the first ones. June? Yep, Balboa. Vasco Balboa was one of the first Europeans to settle here.
Wait, but it said he settled in Panama, and that's in Central America.
Correct. But it's still America. North America, South America, it's all America. Okay, you're thinking probably the United States of America, but here we distinguish them just as America, North and South. Balboa was the first European to settle in America. Okay? You gotta add to it.
I don't know how to spell whatever.
B-A-L-B-O-A or something. Balboa. All right. 2 more questions. Prince Henry of Portugal opened a school of navigation. True or false? True, right? Thumbs up. True. Well, I'm looking for a year. Ready? And what year did Cabot reach Newfoundland and Labrador? What year? Canyon?
1499.
Very close.
I have it.
Landon?
1420?
Nope. Nope. Brendan?
1498. I know.
Nope.
I know.
Kenny?
1492?
No.
I know it.
Nick?
1497.
1497. Cabot reached Newfoundland and Labrador in 1497. So we wrote that down. You would just need to add the year next to it, 1497, and then highlight that. Okay?
I still need the Balboa.
All right. Well, we'll get finished up on notes. No assignment for today except for reviewing your notes that you're highlighting for your quiz tomorrow. Okay? I took off the lesson 2 worksheet. We're not going to do that one. All right?